So now we're in the Sanyang Hospital, Sanyang Health Centre now, to deliver the rest of our goods. Okay, so we're here in Sanyang Health Centre Hospital. We've just delivered the rest of our stuff.
Usually we have some guests that come around from time to time, like they're from Spain, so usually they come to offer some free surgery, minor surgery service.
We've got to find out how else we can help them.
Exactly, from around the community. Yeah, relatively, yeah.
So we're here with Omar, Omar at the Sanyang Health Centre Hospital, and we're part of the Beryl Foundation. So we come to Gambia. We've been in Gambia for quite a few years. We come to Gambia, we go around to little villages, and we see where we can help the local communities. So with the help of this young lady at the back, she introduced us to your hospital. So we're here today just to find out how you operate, what you actually do there, where you might need help. We're not a major foundation, but we can help you, even if it's small. Okay, so this is the background of the hospital.
Thank you very much for coming. And then my name is Omar. I'm the head of the facility. So in this facility, we are designed to be medical center, but due to constraints, we cannot operate where that protocol. So what we do is we are operating as a medical center, but then we have a lot of services integrated into the system that help us. Amongst these services, we operate a product organizations and then antenatal clinics, both within the community and also an outreach service that goes around to women in society ladies. Yeah. So amongst these two, we have an admission ward in the facility where we admit both men and children by so we give them antibiotics or we give them other treatments. The consequence that they don't know what to do by the facility So in the facility too, we have services where we facility also covers even though there are other smaller facilities around, but this one is considered big. So we have HIV services, TB services, and also laboratory services.
The scanning machines,
yeah.
the blood pressure machines, blood glucose and all the things that come with it.
Yeah.
In terms of help, where would you need help?
Okay, I think that is very, very important, because just today in the morning we just completed the RCH services, which is the base clinic, because today is a Monday, and every Monday we run base clinic reproductive health services for the pregnant women and then the children under 5. So these women are screened, new clients are registered into the antenatal care register, and then the children under 5 are given immunizations. So this happens in one of the designated areas. So amongst the tests that needs to be done for this category of people is the blood pressure monitoring, and also the blood sugar monitoring. So this is very vital in trying to rule out any problems that antenatal women would have, because it's in the drive to ensure that we curb the maternal morbidity and mortality we have in this country. Though we're doing relatively very well, but the number is still high, because we somewhere around 200 and something. So you would understand that maternal deaths are quite a problem in this country. So you would understand too, these items, or let's say equipment that you've mentioned, are going to play a very vital role in ensuring that we're able to screen these women in order to rule out these diseases, because we understand that the blood sugar machine helps us to rule out diseases like diabetes, and then blood pressure machine would take care of things like high blood pressure. These are two NCDs that are hampering and causing a lot of havoc amongst the population and the whole globe.
Okay, lovely, lovely. And would it be possible for us to have a look at your maternity ward, maybe where the ladies deliver and stuff like that? What about scissors and bandages and stuff like that?
Yeah, like I think you're hitting the nail right on the head, because this facility, it's fully sponsored by the Ministry of Health. Yeah, we are not collaborating with any private institutions to say okay they are sponsoring it. Now all that happens is from time to time we do have donations like this coming from philanthropists that feel they're around the area and they feel that they could play a part. Yeah, but notwithstanding, these are materials that usually we have in short supply, because we understand that the ministry wants to do a lot, but we have a lot of other facilities that are also trying to struggle to have from this national cake, that is the resources that are being supplied to facilities, so thereby giving this facility a little, if not inadequate. So I believe it's very important that we have things like this, because like I said, the catchment area is big, and then you have a lot of injuries coming around here, usually from RTCs, that is road traffic crashes, and then sometimes, because it's a coastal town, you have injuries from the seaside, and then these are sometimes very serious, and then they would need bandages, gauze, surgical items to take care of their wounds and manage them to ensure that they're not subject to become morbidities in the community. Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Okay, thank you, Omar.
Yep.
Okay, so if you want to take us around,
we can
yeah?
go around, and then you can see the facility and some of the places that we've talked about.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so these are statistics of last year. Yeah, you could see the number of deliveries we have had. Last year we had one of our highest live births for male was somewhere around 63, and then the highest was like 48. So if you combine this, it would be a very huge number. Yeah. So you could see the number of villages that we see around. All these are within our catchment area population. That is from Tanje right down to around Gunjur, and then Jambanjeli to Rumba, which is on the other side. Yeah. So it's a very big catchment area. Even though some of the places like Jambanjeli has a clinic, Tanje has a clinic, Tujare has a clinic, but sometimes their clients would end up here because we provide more extensive services than they have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in here is this is our female and then pediatric unit. So we admit women and children here.
Okay.
So we keep them here if they're sick, and then we feel that they need to be given some medications on site, and then usually we keep them here for a few days to see if they're improving. If they're not improving, then we have to refer them to other places. So in here, some of the cases that we keep here are minor ailments and injuries. But then if we have serious injuries or fractures, because we don't have any physician here, we would need to refer them to Brikama. Yeah. So moving on, we also have the male ward on the other side. But ñu ngi leen film de ñu film leen So here is where we keep the men, because we want the men to be separated from the women, because those are the protocols. Yeah. So for the men, just like the women, we keep them on this other side to ensure that they also receive the treatment whilst they are here, and then are also given the appropriate antibiotics or other medications as prescribed. Yeah. So usually, like I said, we don't have any physician, but then the nurses here would do the rounds, every time to check if they're improving or not. If they're improving, then they will be discharged with treatment at home. If they don't improve after a certain number of days, then we refer them to a higher facility for better management. Should I buy? Yes. One time, So this here is the maternity unit. Like I said, it's just newly refurbished by one of our philanthropists. One time a lady came here, and then when she saw the nature of the place, she felt that there was a need to at least try to modify the outlook. So she helped us adjust some of the rooms, and then create some external toilets inside, because the toilets were right inside. So she had to extend the building. So here we have the protocols that we use during the management of labor and delivery. So we have our oxygen concentrator here, just to help babies and mothers when they need oxygen. The suction machine, and then the autoclave to sterilize our equipment that we use in labor. Yeah. So yeah. So this is our delivery room. You can see though it's not the best, but then it's manageable anyway.
It's what you got.
Yeah, it's what we got for now. So we used to have the toilet here, including in the delivery cubicle. So but when this lady came to help us with the work, then we extended it further, and then she made some improvements. Then we had the toilet and the shower to help, yeah, which is separate from the delivery cubicle. So this would also improve the management, and then prevent infection during labor and delivery. Yeah. So there's a whiteboard here, and then what the whiteboard does is we make sure we put up every woman that's in labor. Yeah? Because as you can see, there is already someone in labor. The details are entered, so we would know, because this information is used to transcribe and then ensure that there is continuum of care from one of the workers to the other. So once you get in here, you would know, okay, there is someone in labor, and this is the stage at which they are, so as to make work smooth and easy for each and every person around. So moving forward, we have the antenatal and then the postnatal unit. So this is the antenatal and the postnatal unit. Though it's combined, as you can see, because we don't have enough space here. So we combine these two areas. So the significance is that we keep the women here before and after delivery. So before delivery, to ensure that we monitor their progress in labor, and then after delivery, to ensure that both the mother and the baby are fine before we discharge them. Usually we keep them at least for 24 hours, and then also run some investigations like a hemoglobin investigation to know that there is no problem between with the mother and the baby. So this helps us to ensure that we monitor them and then be able to respond to any problems if there are any. Yeah. So these two balls that you see are for the women during labor to ensure that they do some Kegel exercises. That would relieve pain and also help them during delivery. So this was set up by a Spanish consortium that came here and then did us free, so that we will be able to help these women in labor, and then also they keep themselves busy, because research has shown that at least these are things that would help the woman and then ensure that the baby descends to the descends easily. Yeah. So we can move. Boy, nahala. Then book a shoot a video bundaw, yeah.
Hello everyone. Hope you're not camera shy. She's camera shy.
This one. All right. So this is the lab. Yeah. So this is where we run most of our laboratory investigations like hemoglobin, HIV and AIDS, cycling tests, random blood sugar. So all of these things are possible because of this unit. So like I said before, they help us do these services for both anyone coming to the facility that we feel needs this service to be done, both pregnant women and the general population. So in the future, we're planning to have TB testings done, so as to incorporate it in the service in the drive to end TB within the country. Yeah. So this here is the RCH building. Yeah, this building is it's newly constructed. It used to be smaller, and then a few years ago, so there was a heavy storm that blew it away. So when we wanted to bring it back up, we made the decision that it should be bigger and better than what it used to be, because the community have grown, and then we've seen, or we are seeing, a lot more people than we used to see. So we started the initiative, and then we involved the community members. So what happened is there was a blessing in disguise, and then in collaboration with the village development committee, a guy came, one of the mining consultants in the village, added his efforts to ensure that the building is done. So he sponsored the rest of the project, and then that's why it's looking like this. So in here is where we offer RCH and then also immunization services. You have the offices here that provide those services within. So we see the pregnant women here almost every Monday, and then we immunize the babies the same time. So currently, it's empty because the clinic just, finished. But you could see some sporadics coming in late from time to time, yeah. So, yep. So in here is a drugstore. You could see the shelves are quite a little empty. Only a few drugs are available for now because we've run out of supplies, and then so it's usually difficult because drugs are very difficult to acquire, and sometimes the supplies that we have are not enough. So and then the demand is very high from the community. So these are some of the challenges that we face. Yeah. So this fridge here is it was a donation from one of the people that usually help out. She's one Sandy from the UK. So they donated this fridge. So this fridge is usually where we keep our drugs like the oxytocins and then other materials that we feel need to be within a certain temperature acceptable range. So like I said, you could see the shelves are half full virtually. So
So in terms of drugs
yeah.
and stuff, does the hospital pay for the drugs to come in and then you sell them to the patients? How does it actually work? How do you get your drugs? Do you pay for them and then you sell them on? How does it work?
Okay, with regard to drugs, the Ministry of Health provides the drugs, and then most of the drugs here are free because when they provide it to the facility, all that we do is dispense them when available. So this is how it works here. All the client needs to do is, come with a consultation fee, and then the consultation fee is $25 is for Gambians and $50 is for non-Gambians. So after this is done, then we would do the necessary investigations, maybe laboratory investigations, or any other investigation that's necessary. Then we give you a prescription. You go to the pharmacy and then you dispense those drugs if they are available here. If they are not available, then we just give you the prescription and then you can sort yourself out. So the drugs here are provided by the government, so they are not sold on any circumstance. Yeah, so they are made available for the patients and clients for free. So for pregnant women and children under 5, these people receive these drugs and then their consultations for free. They don't have to pay anything for them. Yeah, so that is how it works. So our, requisitions are bi-monthly. That is every 2 months. So we send a requisition to the regional office where they would look at the list and give us what they also have available in store. Yeah, sometimes they give us adequate, sometimes it's less than adequate due to the demand that, like I said before, many facilities are demanding, so you would need to ration each facility. But sometimes you would understand there is hegemony of, you know, between a lot of facilities that are demanding because everybody wants to provide quality service. So, but this is a big facility, and then sometimes drugs run out quite easily than any other facility. Yeah. So these are some of the challenges that we have around.
Okay, so as in terms of the drugs run out, there's nothing that private donors can do, as in drugs, painkillers. What about painkillers and stuff? If they were to donate painkillers, would you guys accept it, or does it have to be a certain grade?
Yeah. Actually, we we would accept it because you would understand. I'm like currently most of the drugs that you would even see here are from the global fund. Yeah, drugs like the artesunates, the lumefantrine, the artemether and lumefantrine, those are global fund materials. Yeah, and then you come to this other side too. You have the drugs like the TB drugs, like I was saying, the HIV test kits. All these are things that the Global Fund provides with the Ministry of Health. So these are things that should never run out of supply. Yeah? Though some of the other drugs run out, but we try to ensure that these don't run out of supply because these are people that we know are mostly immunocompromised, and then once the supplies run out, they're going to have a lot of challenges. So that is why we ensure that they don't run out. We have the HIV drugs available too because we provide these two services concurrently in the facility. So we have some clients that are taking both these drugs, and then so that is why we always make sure that these things don't run out. Even though sometimes we run out of antibiotics for some certain drugs, some certain diseases, but then we need to ensure that for these other drugs, these other cases, they don't run out. Yeah. So that's the way. So going back to your question, yeah, sometimes we have philanthropists coming over to donate us antibiotics, painkillers, and some other forms of drugs that we use. But these are drugs usually that are already accepted by the ministry because whatever drug that passes through the ports or any other point of entry is usually screened. So usually when they come, there are drugs that are already allowed into the country. So there are drugs that we can use at our own level. Yeah, sometimes we do have drugs or medications that we cannot use in the facility because they are beyond the capacity of what we can handle. So these drugs are also taken to another place for use. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Omar.
Thank you.
You've given us an extensive tour of your hospital
Yeah.
and the things needed. Wheelchairs and stuff like that. That's okay.
Yeah, for wheelchairs, usually they are also donated, but you would understand we also have sometimes some disabled people in the community that come to the facility to beg. So sometimes we cater for them if there are any, any surplus that we have. But other times it's difficult because currently I think we only have two walking wheelchairs in the facility. One for the general population that comes to the outpatient, and the other one for the maternity. Because these are two places that we don't want to lack wheelchairs, because usually if you deliver a woman, you would understand she is too tired to be transferred to the bed, so she can't walk. You have to put her in a wheelchair and then take her to the bed to rest. Sometimes we have clients that are too weak because they are very sick, so we need to get them off from their vehicles, to get them to the outpatient. So these other places we cannot compromise lacking wheelchairs. So that's why, despite us trying to give people, we ensure that these two places are always with wheelchairs. Yeah. But we do have people that come around once in a while to donate us wheelchairs, though it's not very often. I mean, it hasn't happened this year though, but I think last year or a year before we had a donation of 3 or 4 wheelchairs. Yeah, which when we had to keep one, then give some out. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, well, once again, we'll see what we can do. We have dropped some supplies off for you guys, as you know, some walking frames
Yeah.
and the sticks and stuff. And the bag, I don't believe it's got any medical stuff in it, but it's just got maybe adults' nappies and sanitary towels, possibly.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so yeah, it's there for you. And I'll keep in contact. We've got your number.
Yeah.
We will have some supplies coming in because we're in collaboration with another hospital, so we'll split whatever we get with yourselves.
Yeah, I wish to thank you very much, from the bottom of my heart. And then this is from the entire facility, not just myself, because the materials provided here are in a long way going to improve the quality of service that we deliver to the people, because these are things that usually we cannot buy or we cannot acquire for ourselves. So you would understand if they are, brought by people, it's people that have spent some money to try to get it from their countries to where we are, and then have paid some tariffs towards them getting here. So I am truly grateful to, to each and every person that has made that commitment in, gathering the supplies, ensuring that they are put in one place, and then ensuring that they reach here. So on behalf of the people of Sanyang and Sanyang Major Health Center, I was to thank each and every person that is behind this good gesture, and also hope and pray that this is the start of a very very fruitful working relationship. And then I hope and pray that all the materials brought here, I promise you, are going to be used for the most just cause. Yeah, because like you and all the other persons that have been here before and have been donating, I've told them the same thing. We're trying to use the materials for the best, purpose that we want it to be used. Yeah, because usually we have people that come around from time to time to tell us, okay, we want to give you this, you know, I hope you would use it well. But then later on, when they come back, they would realize that yes, it's been put into good use. So I think that also encourages the donors, and then helps us, build a better foundation and then a strong working relationship. Yeah, so I wish to reiterate the fact that you know, it's of generous, behavior to have that, symbiotic and then cordial relationship between us and also the donors and the philanthropists. Like I said, thank you very much. Yeah.
No problem. Thank you, Omar.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Take care.
Okay. On behalf of Sanyang Major Health Center and the entirety of the Sanyang committee, I would like to say a big thank you to the Manning Foundation for ensuring the delivery of these materials. We're absolutely grateful for making those efforts to ensure that these things get here. I understand that it's very difficult to get things from the UK to the Gambia, and then I am very, very generous, including the whole facility, to ensure that we get this. These are the types of things that get us moving. So I would want to say thank you to all of you, and then I hope and pray it's a start of something new and very fruitful. We promise to use each and every material provided here in the best course of action to improve quality of care, service delivery. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Omar.
Yeah.